Hello, this is Tyler Dancy from the Management Principles 301 class. I would like to discuss Figure 4.3 out of the textbook on page 95. The figure illustrates the 5 steps in Gary Hamel's Wheel of Innovation. I'd also like to discuss with you about what an innovation is, about Hamel's Wheel of Innovation, and how it relates to me and my current job. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines innovation as a new idea, device, or method. It is the act or the process of introducing new ideas, devices, and methods. The 5 steps in Gary Hamel's Wheel of Innovation process are: number 1, imagining, which is thinking about the new possibilities or the new ideas. Number 2 is designing, which is building the first models or the prototypes. Number 3 is experimenting, examining practicality and doing feasibility studies. Number 4 is assessing, which is identifying costs, benefits, markets, and applications. And number 5 is scaling, implementing and commercializing as new products or services. Businesses need to be proactive and always be looking for ways to improve upon their product or their service. Employees should be encouraged to voice their opinions and their suggestions. A steady stream of ideas from employees could prove to be very valuable to an employer. I am currently an employee of the largest used car dealership in the world. According to Workday.com, we reconditioned over 500,000 cars last year, but we are still looking for ways to improve and build upon our methods. For example, as a company, we saw a major need and time being wasted on the mechanical side of our reconditioning process. We had a mechanical zone where we placed the cars, and the mechanics would pull cars from those zones into their bays for them to be worked on. For a lot of the cars, though, they would pull the cars into their zones, and the parts wouldn't have arrived yet. So we were wasting a significant amount of time by doing this step. We needed a way to better the process. So the managers figured out a way to better this process and be more efficient. They came out with what was called a parts hold zone. It is a zone where a car sits until the parts have arrived. And once the parts have arrived, we have employees that move them to the correct mechanical zone for them to be worked on. It saves a lot of time and a lot of money. But in order to implement this plan, they needed to go through the Wheel of Innovation process first. The first step in the process was the imagining step. They noticed the process and they brainstormed about ways to significantly improve our process. The next step was the designing step. They accomplished this by creating a group of employees looking at improving this area, as well as a few other areas that we could improve on. They ran ideas past each other and they got a model of what they wanted to accomplish. The next step was the experimenting stage. It worked out really well for us as a company because we actually had a couple of brand new stores. They were able to take our methods that we wanted to implement in our store and apply it to their store and see how it worked. This way we were experimenting with the ideas and seeing the practicality of them. When they were finished with their experimenting stage, it was time to do their assessing step. They were then able to notice the strengths and the weaknesses of creating this new parts hold zone. They could see all the benefits as well as all the downsides of it. They could make small changes to it before it was implemented in our store. Finally, it was time for the gearing up stage. This is where we were able to apply the new zone to our store. We had that first initial group of employees come back and they taught us about the new process. They helped us get the conversion process started and get it going. It was about a 1-week process to completely implement it to our store. So far, it has been extremely productive and has really saved us a lot of time and a lot of money. The 5 steps of the innovation process can really help a business, whether it involves a new process, a new invention, or solving some sort of social problem. It has really helped out our business. Thank you for allowing me to discuss the 5 steps in Gary Hamel's Wheel of Innovation and how they relate to me.